Behind the scenes at this year's NFL Draft, the atmosphere was charged with tension and anticipation, especially for the Cowboys. With only one card to play in the third round, they were aware that every pick was crucial. It was like a hand of poker where a single card could define the entire game. Discussions raged in the team meeting room, with strategists and scouts passionately debating the available options. Among the talents under consideration were two agile and promising runners, Marshawn Lloyd and Jalen Wright, whose electrifying play captured the imagination of fans and sports analysts. However, there was one player who shone with a unique aura, a ray of hope to bolster the Cowboys' defense, Marist Liufau. The decision did not come easily. The tense faces of the leaders reflected the responsibility they felt in making such a monumental decision. The explosive potential of the runners was tempting, but the pressing need to strengthen the defense could not be ignored. Marist Liufau, with her tireless determination and fierce instinct, emerged as the final choice. His journey from college football fields to the Cowboys' radar was marked by challenges and overcoming, a narrative that resonated with the essence of the sport. As eyes turned to the draft stage, where players' names echoed like thunder, the Cowboys' selection reverberated like a whisper but with a profound impact. It was more than a simple choice, it was a statement of confidence in an athlete's potential and the team's strategic vision. In the following days, Liufau's choice was dissected and debated on sports programs and online forums. Some questioned the Cowboys' decision, while others envisioned the promising future Liufau could bring to the franchise. As the dust from the draft settled and the spotlight shifted to other stories, one thing was certain. The Cowboys gambled on a unique card, a decision that would shape not just the upcoming season, but the team's fate for years to come. On the Sunday before the crucial moment of the Cowboys' selection in the NFL Draft, tension hung in the air like a thick fog. It was the fifth round and the wait was almost unbearable. The team, led by the head coach and his team of strategists, had plunged into a marathon of deliberations, weighing each option with surgical precision. Every decision, every move, could shape the fate of the upcoming season. The clock seemed to tick tortuously slowly when it was finally time for the Cowboys to pick. Hearts were beating fast, minds were buzzing with anticipation. The draft war room, a hotbed of tension and expectation, was filled with anxious looks and expectant silence. And then, the moment arrived. With a mix of excitement and palpable nervousness, the Cowboys announced their selection, Marist Liufau. The linebacker, a force of nature on the defensive lines, was the team's bold bet, a choice that would resonate far beyond the boardroom walls. But, as with every difficult decision, there was a price to pay. Choosing Liufau meant giving up the opportunity to add some of the talented runners many had their eye on. It was a decision that divided opinion, sparking heated debates among fans and sports experts. However, as if it were a carefully planned twist in a high-octane storyline, the Cowboys had an ace up their sleeve. The following Monday, electrifying news swept the fan community. Ezekiel Elliott was back. The star runner, whose absence had been felt like a void in the team's hearts, returned with renewed determination. The news reverberated like thunder in sports circles, fueling hope and confidence among Cowboys fans. With Elliott back on the field, the team gained vital momentum, a key piece to its aspirations next season. So, as the curtains closed on the draft stage, the Cowboys' storyline continued to unfold with thrilling twists and renewed promise. It was a saga of resilience, strategy and, above all, the relentless passion for the game that made fans' hearts beat in unison. As the news of Ezekiel Elliott's return echoed through the halls of the league, some mocking voices could be heard, whispering among the circles of fans and analysts. Well, of course the Cowboys would bring back Zeke, some said with a wry smile, as if it were an obvious conclusion. However, behind the scenes of the franchise, the situation was anything but simple. Elliott's return was more than a mere formality. For the Cowboys, he represented an invaluable asset, a player whose presence not only inflamed the team's morale but also directly influenced their draft strategies. It was as if a vital piece of a puzzle had found its place, allowing the complete picture to reveal itself with greater clarity. But despite the inevitability of Elliott's return, the selection of Marist Liufau was not a decision made lightly. In the Cowboys' decision-making rooms, the question was not just who could reinforce the defensive lines, but who could do it with maximum effectiveness given the limitations imposed by the draft. While Liufau emerged as the top pick, other promising talents like Marshawn Lloyd and Jalen Wright waited in the wings, ready to be snatched up by any team shrewd enough to recognize their potential. However, the Cowboys, with their sharp strategic vision and pressing needs, were forced to make difficult choices. The luxury of adding more talented runners to the team's ranks was sacrificed in favor of a strengthened defense. So, while Lloyd and Wright embarked on new journeys with other franchises, the Cowboys moved forward with confidence, anchored by the conviction of their choices and the knowledge that each decision was a crucial piece in the puzzle of the team's success. It was a game of chess where every move was calculated with precision, with eyes firmly fixed on the ultimate goal: glory on the football field. Before the start of the NFL draft, the Cowboys were in a frenzy of preparation. Like avid hunters, they scoured the vast territory of college football for talent that could strengthen their ranks. Among the objectives in his sights were runners, vital pieces to the ground game, who could provide the necessary momentum for a successful season. However, fate threw a challenge the Cowboys' way. With their fourth-round pick missing, their options were suddenly narrowed, as if a mysterious fog had obscured the horizon of possibilities. Despite this, the team's scouts persisted, examining every detail minutely, searching for the uncut jewel that could be cut into a brilliant diamond. It was in this scenario of limitations and uncertainties that Marist Liufau emerged as a shining light in the darkness. His towering presence and undeniable skill not only filled a gap in the Cowboys' defense, but also resonated with the team's core values: determination, courage, and hard work. It was as if he was custom-made to wear the iconic blue and silver uniform. However, as happens so often in life and in football, the what-if hung in the air like a fleeting shadow. If only they had had a fourth-round pick, the Cowboys could have gone a different route, opting for someone like Jalen Wright, whose explosive potential was ready to set NFL fields on fire. But fate, relentless in its unpredictability, had other plans. So the Cowboys moved on, with Liufau now firmly integrated into their ranks. As the draft unfolded and players were chosen one by one, the team took comfort in the knowledge that, despite the restrictions imposed, each decision was an opportunity to shape the future of the franchise. It was a powerful reminder that in the world of football, as in life, it is how we face challenges that defines our destiny. As the days leading up to the draft unfolded, the atmosphere was charged with speculation and rumors. Among the buzzing conversations behind the scenes around the league, Jonathan Brooks' name was one of the most talked about. His reputation as an explosive and talented runner had captured the imagination of not only fans, but also strategists and analysts across the country. However, like many stories in the sports world, Brooks' fate was destined to unfold far from the Cowboys' spotlight. While eyes were on the rising talent, the Cowboys were facing their own battles behind the scenes. The absence of a fourth-round pick, the result of a trade made the previous year, cast a shadow over their recruiting strategies. It was as if a key piece of the puzzle was missing, leaving them at a difficult crossroads. However, as true masters of adaptation, the Cowboys faced adversity head-on. They didn't let themselves be paralyzed by the lack of a fourth-round pick. Instead, they channeled their energy into finding creative solutions within the constraints imposed. When it came time to make their pick, the Cowboys looked beyond the limitations of the draft and focused on what was best for the team. It was a decision based not only on raw talent, but also on team fit, strategic needs, and gut intuition. Ultimately, they relied on their expertise and the hard work of their scouting team to select who they believed would be the ideal candidate to propel the team forward. And so, as the whispers of the draft echoed through the halls, the Cowboys moved forward with renewed confidence. They knew that although the path to success would be punctuated by challenges and unexpected twists, their determination and commitment to excellence would guide them toward glory on the field of play. It was a story of perseverance, courage, and the unshakable belief in the power of teamwork. And that's what made them true contenders, not just in the draft, but in every game they faced.